So, first, just going to say, probably not going to platinum this game, and if I do, it's just not going to be on a stream. I checked out the trophies, and they wouldn't be hard to get. They just feel like they'd be a bit tedious, especially I'd have to fight the final boss multiple times back to back just to get the other endings. So, probably not doing that on stream. Now, to the actual review. I think this was a pretty fun game. I'm glad I finally got around to playing it. And especially since it's a first game from the studio, I think they did a pretty good job. Now, combat-wise, they did a good job making combat flow. It was fun when the parrying and all the moves just go back to back. It feels really good. I do think they could have diversified movesets a little bit. You'll see in this boss fight, there's only a handful of moves, so you will learn bosses and enemy moves very quickly. For basic enemies, there's not a huge variety of them. And even with the variety you have, there's basic shield enemies, and then shield enemies who have the same moveset. It's just the basic one stumbles a little bit, which is a nice touch, I'll give it to him, but it's not really that different. So it would be nice to see that expanded on. I will say how they did going into memories, how they have the main memories you have to do, I thought was really good. I thought how they did sub-memories was cool. I liked the sub-memories, like the Underground Lab one, the first one, or Royal Gardens first one, where you're going through these new areas of the map that were previously blocked off, or just areas you didn't even know were there, and are just connected to it. You see more of the world. I thought that was really cool. Getting all the lore drops around it was really cool. I do think some of them were kind of just tedious. The last Underground Lab one is just, hey, run back through what you already did. The last Hermes Fortress one is also the same. It's just run back through the entire map, basically, from the main mission for the Hermes Fortress. So those were tedious and not the best. But at least they were designed well. I thought it was smart how they expanded on some maps and how the submissions also just used the maps. It was a good way to add more to the game without designing these whole new areas. I think the look of the world itself, I think, is incredible. As I'm not sure how much you see at the moment, but you'll see in a second when I look around a bit. You can see like the world just looks really nice. They do the atmosphere really well with how big they make everything, how dark they really hit home what they're trying to do. I also thought it was a smart choice how a lot of areas are foggy, so they don't have to worry too much about, oh, what's all this way off in the background. I thought that was done really well. Combat itself, like I said, yes, the movesets of the enemies are somewhat the same, and I did say it's really fun when it flows. I'll say as far as plague weapons, I thought that was a really unique aspect that I would love to see expanded on in another game. I thought it was smart how they kept leveling up simple. You only have 3 stats to level up that affect everything. I really liked that. I admire that they were able to do it nice and easy without having a bunch of stats that it starts feeling a little redundant to spread out. I'll say level design itself, going through the world the first time, it is fun. It's not overly complicated. It's not even really particularly complicated, but it does reward you going to see things and experiencing it, which I thought was really nice. The story isn't super in-depth, but it is nice seeing the lore drops, seeing emeralds and asemi. explain these cores to you and books in different ways, so you see more of what's going on. I thought that was really good. And I'll say I also think this would be a good start for Souls like for a new player. There's no stamina bar like in others, so that would be something they'd have to get used to once switching over. But I think this is a great entry for the genre, and I can't wait to see what they do with the next game they make. I'm really excited for it. This solid 7.5 out of 10 game. Solid game.